On July 7th, 2022, I woke up with the solution to inventor Nikola Tesla's fascination with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. It involved a new application of what is known as modular arithmetic, a branch of study I have named Vortex mathematics. Since then, I have published a new video every 3 days addressing a variety of nuances and speculating as to how this new branch of mathematics might apply to our physical universe. As a layperson, it is a luxury to share these bold hypotheses. If I am wrong, it is no big deal. Whereas professional mathematicians and physicists need to be much more careful. Today's video is perhaps the most important of them all, as I have discovered some stunning, previously unknown relationships between the prime numbers. I do expect that the pace of publishing these videos will slow down going forward. In Vortex mathematics, we study a number n by constructing a vortex with n-1 sides. Since we typically use base 10 as our standard, I started with the study of number 10 by constructing a 9-sided vortex. I then took all the whole numbers less than n, but not including 1, in this case 2 through 9. I multiplied these numbers by themselves over and over again, or raised them to the power of 1, 2, 3, and so on. Next, I reduced any number with more than one digit to its so-called digital root in the following way. Add up all the digits to get the sum. If that number is still 2 digits or more, then repeat the addition and reduction until you are left with a single digit from 1 to C in base 13, for example. In my most recent video, I studied the number 13 by constructing a 12-sided vortex. I was surprised to find that every number from 2 through C in base 13 generated a stable sequence of numbers. At first, I thought that this was unique to number 13, but then I found that all prime numbers share this property. In my video on the Fibonacci numbers and magnetism, I show how this famous sequence of numbers also generates a stable pattern in a 9-sided vortex using base 10 mathematics. One of the features of the Fibonacci numbers is that one can derive any other whole number from them through addition. For example, 19 equals 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 11. So, in a sense, one can say that the Fibonacci numbers are like the atoms or building blocks of all other whole numbers. Yet, the prime numbers are also building blocks because one can derive all other numbers from them through multiplication. For example, the number 108 equals 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. I was convinced that the primes must be hiding somewhere in Vortex mathematics. I converted the prime numbers to bases 4 through 11, 13, 16, and 27. Here is what I found. Base 4 is boring. The primes reduce to numbers 1, 2, and 3 in a seemingly random order. The primes in base 5 jump randomly between 1, 2, and 3, but never reduce to number 4. Base 6, notice that 6 is a composite number, as it is a multiple of 2 and 3. Base 6 is completely random. The number 7 pattern excludes all the even numbers. 8 can also be written as 2 to the power of 3. Its pattern includes all the numbers excluding 7. 9 is not a prime number, but it also excludes all the even numbers. 10 produces a pattern that randomly progresses from 1 through 8, excluding number 9. 11 and 13, both prime numbers, also exclude any even numbers. 16 includes all numerals except the number f. Here are the primes in base 27, and here are the digital roots. Next, this is the difference between the digital root and the prime just preceding it. Clearly, there is a pattern here, as all the odd numbers are excluded. While it will take professional mathematicians time to study this diagram in detail, the discovery of any regularity at all in the prime numbers is a major event in number theory. Now, let's see how all these numbers and relationships map onto the related vortices. By the way, both vortexes and vortices are acceptable plural forms of the singular vortex. Please enjoy the beauty and symmetry of these diagrams while my wife Betty sings a meditative tract underneath.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Ganesha Sharanam. Ganesha Sharaman. Ganesha Sharaman. Ganesha Sharaman. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Ganesha
All new mathematical understandings generate some predictions. Here are mine. 1. In vortex mathematics, if n equals a prime number, the associated vortex with n-1 sides will generate stable sequences for all numerals from 2 through n-1, excluding the even numbers. 2. If n equals 2 to a power of 2 greater than 2, that is to say, number 8 or larger, the associated vortex will include all points except for n-1. 3. All vortices of composite numbers will include all numbers from 1 through n-1 or n-2 in a random pattern. 4. Vortices based on numbers equal to 3 to the power of e, where e is greater than 1, will also exclude all even numbers. 5. I predict that the twin prime conjecture is true, which posits that there are an infinitely many prime numbers separated by the number 2. Why do I predict this? Because every connection in the base 27 vortex will repeat an infinite number of times, and 2 out of the 12 connections of every number represents a twin prime. Vortex mathematics will help prove this conjecture. 6. Finally, as the Riemann hypothesis is intimately linked with the prime numbers, vortex mathematics will finally allow some lucky mathematician to prove it true or false. I say lucky mathematician because there is a $1 million prize awaiting him or her. If you do not know about the Riemann hypothesis, do not worry. We have covered enough for today. 7. Is the Riemann hypothesis true? Yes. But in mathematics, it is all in the proof. Until next time.